Taking a look today at some TR3 and TR4 radiators. Got the radiator out of the stock TR4 for the pulley problem that's described in a different video, but gathered up the spare radiators that I have. This is the one that came out of the car, and I noticed that it has a hole here so it'll fit on the TR4, but it's also got kind of a pressed in nut, so it'll work on the TR3. So I conclude that this was built to work on either a TR3 or a TR4. Where this one, which looks to be in pretty good shape, and I'd like to use it on the TR4, doesn't have the hole to be used in the TR4. It's got the pressed on nut and someone stuck a bolt through it there for the TR3, but doesn't have the hole here to be used in a TR4. I'm kind of debating whether to drill my own hole here and put it in the TR4. I think someone's added this little gusset there to help support the filler neck. This one is in pretty bad shape. I think that car was in an accident, but note it has both the pressed in nut and the hole for radiator. And I'm noticing for the first time that's not a factory hole. So someone, same idea as me, drilled a hole in this TR3 radiator so they could use it on the TR4. So, would it be wrong for me to do the same thing here? That's what I'm kind of debating. Also interesting to note, all three of them have a hole through the radiator for a starting handle. Now this one for some reason is missing the metal shield, but for that reason we can see the arrangement of the tubes. These are actually 4 rows thick with the rows offset to one another, and I counted 24 tubes per row, so some number slightly under 100 total, but with roughly 10% of the radiator non-functional on account of this hole put in the middle. I think that's all that I cared to note today. I've got these petcocks soaking in blaster. Maybe they'll start moving again. I've at least once disassembled this, replaced this spring here, and it's a taper inside that just gets rusted solid. But I did at least once take one apart and replace the spring and coated it with anti-seize before I put it back together. Thanks, and be sure and watch my other videos.